breakers.
Yeah,
I don't want
one shot.
I'll do one thing, and then I'm moving on. That's where you get pummeled. Now you're miserable. They're miserable.
Yeah.
Everyone's miserable.
You're in no man's land.
Just go either stay on the beach, which is never go on the cruise, or if you go on the cruise, go beyond the breakers out into where it's calm and just enjoy.
It's the best.
I'm pumped too because Brad and I, thanks to you guys, have accumulated more fans from the show, and so it's now getting a blend of our pod fans and your pod fans to truly because meeting people after comedy shows is such a brief interaction, and you try to give people as much of a moment as you can, and some longer than others depending on how drunk they are and how much physical contact they if they really put you in a headlock, you're like, all right, I guess we're taking 3 pictures instead of 1. But the cruise is truly an opportunity for everybody to get a hang with us, and we're a fun hang. So
no, I agree. And good, and I think
it's about time.
I don't know, Axl Rose probably wouldn't be beyond the breakers with us.
Doesn't feel like his move.
But I'm saying, I don't know what the wiring is, but why not just have a hang dude kind of wiring? You're a very regular guy. I have a lot of regular guys streaking me. I don't care. Go down to the sports book and or sports bar and just watch the games on Sunday and have some beers. And also people are nice. They get drunk, they have fun, they screw around a little bit, but they stay in their lane.
I forgot to tell you, speaking of the sports bar that you were at, a dude was in the elevator talking to another dude and said this verbatim: "Oh my God, Adam Carolla's on the boat." "Oh, really? How'd you find him?" "Yo, I was just having a drink at the sports bar, and I heard this dude talking to himself about traffic, and I looked over and it was Adam Carolla."
I had to scream.
Wow.
I had to scream at a guy who was like a civil engineer.
Oh, so good. It wasn't to yourself. Because that's
He
how
wasn't
it was told in the elevator.
I think I wasn't responding.
I saw the start of the meltdown.
I had to scream. I was drunk, and that is true. And we were in a loud environment, so I couldn't really make my point
You got up the volume.
in hushed tone.
Right.
Sure.
He was this guy who was like a civil engineer involved in with traffic and whatever. And I would say to him, look, we don't need an arrow to turn red. We can have it turn green, everyone can go, and then it can just blink. And people can turn when they like. But it doesn't need to be red ever.
Yeah.
And then he would say, well, a lot of these heavily trafficked intersections get really congested and they need an arrow. And I'd go, no, I know they need an arrow, but it should never turn red. It should never turn red. It should just be green, and then it should be nothing. You should turn when it's safe to turn. And then he would go, yeah, but there's a safety issue with some. And I go, no, just turn when it's safe to turn. And you go,
that solves the safety issue.
Like we're relying on everyone else for every other intersection.
Right. Like you do. When you pull into your garage, you stop your car before going through the back of your garage and in your neighbor's pool, right? I mean, you are operating your car, right?
Almost every time.
Yeah.
When you back out of your driveway, do you burn rubber and then catch air, or do you look over your shoulder and look for neighbor kids walking to school? That's how you operate a vehicle. And then they go, they do this thing where they go, yeah, but a lot of people aren't that good. And it's like, no, you have to be that good.
That's why you give out licenses.
That's why you operate a car. And then you go,
a system.
So the guy goes, yeah, I know, but understand it's important that because of traffic, because of volume, some intersections need that arrow. And I'd go, but never to turn red. They don't need to turn red. And he's like, it's a safety issue. And then I said to him, okay, humor me. What percentage of intersections...
This poor bastard want to watch football.
I know. What percentage...
He wants a full refund from the Royal Caribbean.
Of intersections on highways, just in general, with lights. I'm not talking about side streets. What percentage of them have arrows? And he's like, I don't know, 20%? I'm like, no, it's not 20%. It's not 1 in 5. It's 1 in
7%,
across the country or everywhere you go. No, it's 1 out of every 30 or something, And he's like, I think it's more than that. I go, okay. But the point is, what about the intersection before the one with the arrow with no arrow? Yeah. And then what about the one after the arrow with no arrow? What shall we do in those intersections? Are we allowed to turn when we think it's safe? And he's like, it's a safety issue.
Okay.
And I'm like, all right. I just started screaming. I started
Can someone help me
screaming.
throw this guy off the boat?
No arrow should ever turn red. They should
God.
just be green and then go to nothing.
Buddy, I'm just trying to watch the Saints.
I know.
Did you start off with like a very cash tone? Because sometimes, you can say things in a conversation very matter-of-factly, like, this is just, a light opinion, and that person can decide and dictate whether or not you're going, from 0 to 60. Did he come in with a lot of...
The problem is he has a field of expertise, and when you have a field of expertise, you get very possessive of it, and you feel like you have to constantly explain to people, here's why.
It's like if you're telling Jared, that 11-year-old's not that hot. He's like, touche, but hear me out. And you're like, all right, I guess you do know.
You're the expert.
You're the expert.
So he dug in,
Right.
and I think that was the problem.
Yeah.
I had to extricate him
Yeah.
with my loud,
Good for you.
drunken beer voice.
Well, that's the fun of it.
That's the
when
fun
you're
of
drunk
it.
on a boat, having
I know.
stranger fights is,
So I just was yelling at the top of my lungs, no red arrows, no
Yeah.
red arrows. And he just kept digging into the safety part of it.
Well, if you want to have drunken fights, come on the Adam and Brad Spooktacular 2020 Halloween and do it in costume. You can have drunken stranger fights. You can be dressed as Batman and you can fight with SpongeBob. Or you can be dressed as Trump and fight with,
Your inner demons?
The ghost of Hillary Clinton.
yeah. The guy dressed as a penis.
What is the date on that? I'm trying to...
October 30th, and I think the 31st.
Wow,
which is
so
Really
Halloween.
is
Halloween.
Halloween.
True Halloween weekend, yeah.
Sweet.
And then there's Portland and Seattle and LA at the Laugh Factory, and more dates available coming up at AdamRayComedy.com. The Schnitzer in Portland, which is a great theater, and I played there, and the Paramount in Seattle's great. Played there, so these are great venues.
Yeah.
This Friday, this Saturday, and Laugh Factory's on Monday. And of course, about last night, the pod as well. Let's see. I got a couple things, and we'll do news. I want to thank Uberfest LA for buffing us out with all the schnitzengruben.
So good.
Speaking of schnitzel out there.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, they got the Oktoberfest celebrations coming up on the West Coast. That's it's Uberfest LA, and it's at the, let's see, where is it? This weekend, October 11th and 12th. That's in San Pedro at the Brewery West. So check that out. Use the code Adam Carolla, and fans can save $22 off admission. UberFestLA.com.
It's a lot of fun. I go almost every year.
It's hard to miss with a bunch of cased meats, guys wearing leather shorts and beer.
It's a winning combination.
And
you really
so
got to
much
work hard to screw that up.
an abundance of cleavage, and I'm not even talking about me. It's all the dundles that the chicks are wearing, the hot
Yeah.
chicks. Oh, yeah, they're called dundles.
Those are the...
the like female
bustiers.
lederhosen.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing.
Whoever came up with that outfit really hit a home run.
You know what I'm happy to see? As I was walking through the casino on our boat a couple days back,
Saw me at the craps table.
I am happy to see that when I was a kid, all pinball machines all had the same motif. Now, it wouldn't matter if it was Spider-Man or Happy Days or King Arthur.
Yeah.
The chicks all just had these huge heaving boobs, like crazy novelty boobs. Like, she's a cop. This is a SWAT team. Oh, she's got a huge...
D-cop.
Don't mess
Yeah,
with her.
like a button undone to here. Like even on the Happy Days, like whatever the theme was, weird,
Mrs.
magical, drawn, giant
Yeah.
boobies on everything. And as I was walking through the casino and I was looking at the slot machines and the themed slot machines,
The back?
massive jugs on every chick
Good,
in there. And
good.
I
Be
thought,
like a Ninja
good.
Turtles machine, and she'd be like a
Yeah.
member of the Foot Clan with just giant
jugs
Oh,
on everyone.
Donatello.
He's looking good.
Oh, the code, by the way, is Adam for the UberFestLA.com. Get the $22 off. All right, let me hit Geico, and then we'll come back with Adam Ray, the real Adam, and do some news. Everyone's got the to-do list. How about you save a bunch of money on your auto insurance? You don't have to go anywhere. Go to Geico.com. 15 minutes, you could be saving 15% or more on your auto insurance. Take that extra money and put it in your pocket. That is Geico, the best, everyone. Geico, Geico.com. All right, quick break. We'll come back, and we'll do the news with Gina Grad right after this.
We'll run in.
News with Grad, news with Gina Grad, breaking viral, all those crazy Trump tweets. Give me news with Gina Grad, trouble in the Middle East, celebrity drunk meltdowns. Need news with Gina Grad.
The news with Gina Grad.
Well, I know you care not about this story, so we're just going to do it and get it out of the way. Lori Loughlin must expect a, quote, substantially higher sentence than Felicity Huffman, according to People magazine. U.S. Attorney Andrew Lelling has a threat for Loughlin, who rejected a plea deal and is headed toward a trial. He said on Sunday that the longer she takes to resolve this case, the more time they want to throw at her, especially if she's convicted. He says, we will be asking for a higher sentence. Now, meanwhile, Felicity Huffman is due to serve 14 days in federal prison. She goes in on October 25th, and Lelling said he's okay with that because she was very contrite. She took responsibility. And remember, Huffman only spent $15K on this scandal. Loughlin spent $500K.
The punishment for the big-time taxpayers who are just basically doing a cleaner version of what everyone in the upper crust does, which is put their name on a hospital or library or something and get their kid legacied in. I mean, do you know how many senators and congressmen have their kids at Ivy League schools? Like, some just have all four of their kids just go to Harvard. You don't think that's a version of what we're talking about? I mean, it's insane how many folks who live in D.C., how many lawmakers, not the lawbreakers, the law
Often one of the same.
makers just have their kids all legacied into Harvard or Princeton or Yale. I mean, they all do it. It's insane. This is what goes on all day, every day. There's like, we've got to make an example off this C-list actress because she should have known that. Known what?
Right.
That's all we do.
Well, there's a side door and a back door, and that's the difference. That's what they're saying the difference
I don't
is.
know if Gina has this information or if it's a question for Garrigus, but I imagine there's some sort of tax fraud where like they wrote it off as a tax,
a charitable
donation, and thus they defrauded the government. I don't think it's just that they paid, this guy.
I will be interested in that part of it because I only hear this part of it. But if there's the tax fraud part, then by all means.
Well, and to your point, didn't Jimmy Iovine and Dr. Dre donate like $70 million to USC, and magically Dr. Dre's daughter got in?
That's above board. They built a building.
Yeah, that's another way to do it.
By the way, as a poor person who has dumb kids, I don't care. You pay,
Quite the opposite.
Put a fucking burn unit on the hospital, put the person's fucking name on front of it, and get their stupid 19-year-old onto your campus. What difference does that make to me?
Do you think the kid gets interviewed, the school determines how dumb they are, and then the price goes up based on that? Or they go like, all right, if you do want them in, you're going to have to pay this much and donate to the dentist
I think
school.
it's like prostitution. You're right. Like, that chick's a 3.5. The price goes through the basement floor, right?
Yeah.
After seeing some Olivia Jade's videos, I'm not shocked that's probably how it went.
You know what I've been wondering about since
This is
whole thing
this is a
started?
100K situation. I'm sorry.
How does this work with people with heavy kids? Because all these kids are getting on the rowing team, the basketball team. How is this working with heavier set children that aren't making crew team?
Shot put.
Yeah, they're
Thank
putting
you. I just
shots,
needed some sort of answer.
playing the hot corner on the softball team. Third base.
The hot corner.
You need some size.
You do.
They can catch.
They're spry. They're spry, Gina.
Yeah, she's got some pop in her bat.
right.
Dude, I was quick fat. There is a
I've seen it.
You've seen it. You've seen the highlights.
Pablo Sandoval for the
Yeah, for
Giants.
sure.
Just
My
quick
coach
fat.
called me Krispy Kreme Abdul-Jabbar, and I was like, look, message received. Changes need to be made, but did I hit that 12-foot skyhook? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. And this thing of like, we're going to make an example of you because you didn't, you're going to fight or you weren't contrite or whatever. I don't need.
Look at him drive the lane.
I don't need any
Turn the
of it.
volume on.
We just saw. We're just seeing.
Baby-faced Adam Ray.
Dude, I did
How
my
old
own
are you?
commentary on this. Can you hear it?
No, turn up.
How old are you in this?
This is fifth grade.
Off the backboard just like his stepdad taught him.
I mean, look
Right
at this
down the
dude.
middle looking for cheeseburgers, found an open lane.
I like
cheeseburger.
Once again.
I like the other kid calls for the ball and you ignore him.
Top of the key, got his fat. Look at those little boy tits jiggle. Dribbles to the left, definitely traveled and double dribbled. Spin move. Got
Wow,
Good.
good shot.
Hoop and
And
the
he's going to
harm.
the
Could not
strike.
stop me.
Hoop and the harm.
Hoop and the harm. All right, Max Battle. Find me congressmen who have the most kids at Harvard.
Oh, great question.
It's all part of the game. It's
Yeah.
all how it works. This is just somebody trying to sort of sneak into the same club that everyone else who's judging is already in, and
Out.
that's how it works.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right. I don't know. Can't college go away? I feel like it's done. I don't know. Thank God my kids are dumb. I mean, actually,
Are they going to
go? My son's not going to college.
Oh, you know that already.
He's not college material. But my daughter's smart and getting good grades and made the volleyball team and everything.
There
so
you go.
I think she'll be fine.
Well, when Dick's Sporting Goods promised to stop selling assault rifles, they actually are serious and went the extra mile. The retail giant can't sell them because they've destroyed them all. Dick's CEO Ed Stack says the company has turned $5 million worth of assault rifles into scrap metal. Stack says the company was initially planning to return the weapons to the manufacturers, but ultimately decided it was best to destroy them.
Right, and then do a news briefing on it. Okay.
But it's interesting because you hear a lot like, yeah, we're thinking about it, and finally somebody did something that they wanted to do. You know, no one ever really does anything. It's nice to see someone follow through on something they believed in.
I agree. I worry that everyone is just looking at the optics of everything now, and that motivates them. But if it gets the assault rifles, which probably aren't assault rifles, I don't know. I think we've changed the definition of assault rifle. Turn
Assault
it
style.
into assault style or something. It's a lot of we have a lot of definitions in the rifle department. If you ever talk to guys that are experts, they go, well, first off, like less than 10% of any crime committed with a rifle. Like even the mass stuff is not done with an assault style rifle. It's mostly done with other guns. Everything is automatic or semi-automatic. Every pistol with a clip is just semi-automatic.
That's right.
And it's as fast as you can squeeze the trigger, and that's fast. I mean, when they do that thing where they go, that cop put 22 rounds into the blah, that happens in 3 seconds.
Right.
And that guy's not holding an assault rifle. He's holding it's like him and his partner have a pistol, and there's 19 rounds discharged in 2.5 seconds.
Right. And I think we might have talked about this specific issue before, but at this point, it feels like nobody has the exact right answer and nobody's willing to make a move or put any money on anything. So I don't care if it's mental health or getting rid of assault rifle. I just like seeing someone actually do something and just shut up about it.
I agree. The only answer there is, because there is no answer to homelessness, and there's no answer to opiate addiction, and there's no answer to domestic violence or rape or alcoholism. Like
Don't rape.
There is no.
Seems like an answer.
You know what? I toyed with that notion for a while
Discard
in the
it quickly.
90s, but
It's like, just say no. It's like, that
it
sounds
was a long
great.
weekend, but I woke up.
You're right.
I
There's
woke
no
up
way to
missing.
not rape.
It's a long cruise.
There is no answer that comes from the outside. There is no governmental, we got a plan for people not to be on opioids or not be on the street. It's all from the inside. First things first. From 0 to 18, your kid is it's your dog. It's your pet. That kid's, listening to a lot of Narthex records. That's a heavy metal band I made up, but they sound pretty edgy. They're pretty deep
got
into
shred, dude.
They're deep into Narthex, and they're wearing black eyeliner, and they're sitting around cleaning their arsenal with their room locked up, like in Parenthood.
Right.
You know, they put a hat.
Joaquin Phoenix.
They put a
he
hat.
became the Joker. What do you expect?
That's
come
what
up with new ways to make
no,
fire.
You're making my point. No, I'm saying if that's your little troubled Johnny and he's in there listening to heavy metal and he's collecting an arsenal, I'm sorry, it's up to you.
Right.
You are our first line of defense. The fat retired cop who doesn't have any kids at that school and plenty of time for backup and donuts, I'm not putting it in his lap. That guy's just getting a paycheck after he's retired from the Dade County Police Force. Why isn't that guy doing more? How come we didn't rush in to where the sound of the gun was going off or anything? Because he didn't have any kids in that school.
No.
He's just getting paid on the chance that something that shouldn't happen might happen, and when it does happen, he has 14 seconds to process it, and guess who sort of decides that they'll live to fight another day.
Right.
That there's plenty of time for backup. So the first line of all defense, homelessness, opioid, abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, all the things we don't, imprisonment, all the things we don't like as a society. Like we don't like truancy, and we don't like addiction, we don't like unemployment, we don't like all the things we don't like. All the first line is at home. It's all at home.
Yeah.
And if you're going to let your kid go down that road and eventually end up in the school shooting the place up, then I'm going to have you responsible.
Now I have a
just like the dog who bites everybody.
Yeah, I have a question. Does the same? So Dick's they got rid of all their guns. Now, in the same fashion we talked about Quiznos, maybe attaching themselves to Jared to compete with Subway. Does Lady Footlocker see this as an opportunity to go? You know what? We'll take all the Uzis. Come get a sports bra and a handgun.
Because our New Balances are that fast that you'll get away.
Just to compete.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, Dix, you don't want the guns, we'll take them.
We're trying to figure out the children. Yeah, 15 senators and 38 House of Representatives went to Harvard.
I'm sure it's just a coincidence.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure they're all geniuses.
Well, speaking of the Joker.
What movie is this from? The Joker?
Apparently there's a song called Narthex.
Oh, there's a song called Narthex.
No way.
But not a band.
No.
Sounds like Gore-Tex.
This is from the soundtrack to a movie I've not heard of, Destiny, The Taken King.
This is one of the rejected tracks from Schindler's List. They were like, it's a little too...
So Narthex-y.
A little too Narthex-y.
Wow. All right.
Well, speaking of the Joker, TMZ reports that Joaquin Phoenix is getting huge Oscar buzz for the movie, but the movie's big opening weekend has some people looking for Joker porn online.
Some people.
According to Pornhub.
There's Harley Quinn porn right there.
Yeah, that's
dude.
the one to beat. Literally, that's the number one. But they got a massive spike in such searches over the weekend.
Wow.
According to their metrics, there were more than 741,000 searches involving the word Joker in the first 4 days following the film's release. The biggest surge came Sunday when Pornhub saw almost 300,000 searches for clown sex.
No way.
Sure thing.
When will clown sex not be a thing? Like, will we ever just go, we've seen it all?
It's not a thing.
It is a thing.
Dude,
300,000 searches.
that's a
Pretty
lot
wrong.
of people looking for birthday parties that went poorly.
My
Hardly
take,
right.
my take on the clown porn or the Joker porn or any of the whatever themed Snuggie porn or whatever the hell they have, furries or whatever they.
The Snuggie Bear? Is there a Snuggie Bear involved in a gangbang somewhere?
Detergent.
They're going to get Jared to be the new spokesperson for Snuggle, the fabric softener. Move over, Bear. Didn't you guys picked up by Charmin?
Actually, don't move over.
So my feeling with all that stuff is it's like I have the same thing like when people go, we baked brownies, but we took double stuffed Oreos and we baked them into the brownie. And it's like, you don't just make a good brownie.
Yeah.
We don't
Stop
need that.
changing
And it's
things.
like, do you like Oreos? Do you like brownies? Yeah. Well, then we'll take it and then we'll deep fry it. And it's like, no, it's too much. I'm losing my bearings. Like, get the hottest chicks you can find blowing the biggest dicks that are available. You've got your porn. Now, you can always get a hotter chick and a bigger dick. That's your challenge.
More
But
now.
don't start with all the crazy themes.
Is it because there's people watching the porns being like, but I don't know what this guy does for work outside of this? So if he's in the clown outfit, you're like, thank you. I was wondering how he spends his Sundays and how he makes a little extra cash,
Well, the funniest ones are the guys who are in the porn who are like, I would like to be in porn, but I don't want this memorialized forever on the internet because I'm 23.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd
Have a
like
wrestling mask on.
Yeah, I'd like to be involved with the gangbang porn, but I'm going to wear a gorilla mask.
Yeah.
And now there's just a picture of you stroking your wang with a gorilla mask who's seventh in line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Also, I've not done gangbang porn, but I do feel like it's etiquette to tap on the guy's shoulder who's in front of you and naked and go, listen, I'm going to be doing like a cursory stroking of my cock behind you.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, no, that's not for you.
Oh, all right.
I'm trying to...
Hey, man, we're all having a good time.
When we were.
Still are, man.
I can barely hear you through your mucho lubre.
Are you Brett?
I'm wearing a donkey head.
Nice.
Anyway.
I'm wearing a Curious George mask.
I'm just giving you kind of what's up. I'm going to be stroking my hog behind you, not to you.
Okay. Well, hey.
Or for you.
Beggars can't be choosers.
You watch the NFL on Sunday?
For sure.
You see the guys out running wind sprints before the game?
Yeah, they're hot.
They're not in the game.
Oh, okay.
But they're warming up.
Okay.
They're going to be in the game.
Nice.
That's what I'm doing behind you.
All right, dude. Well, I'll listen for it.
So what I'm saying is you don't need to tackle me.
Nah,
the
man,
game
I will.
hasn't started yet.
Well, we can, though.
No, but yeah, no, we're here for the lady.
Oh, yeah, no, she's cool. She's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's... Hot, man. I saw her tits on a pinball machine.
Hey, listen. I know there's no sanctioning body to set the gangbang record.
Yeah.
I've seen some of the same dudes in line twice. I feel like that flies in the face of the spirit of the gangbang record. Now, true, she's had 721 dicks in her, but there are only 386 different cocks. You know, I saw. Remember the guy who was wearing the Yertle the Turtle head?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's Troy.
Yeah. He's now a centaur.
You gonna talk about
a
me?
centaur.
Troy, take
yeah.
it off, man, so we can hear what you're saying.
For the centaur head?
Yeah.
These are kind of a whole torso thing.
Weren't you in here earlier this afternoon?
Oh, a couple times.
You're wearing the Killer Clowns from Outer Space head?
The first time I was, yeah. Then it was the Yertle the Turtle.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm not here to tell you your business, but you freaked that chick out.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's the whole idea. Why do you think I wore the goddamn
No,
thing?
you wear the hat not to be later on when you're married.
I thought we were punking her.
No. This is an anonymity thing.
Oh.
You're going to have kids
I
one
told
day
you my
and a
name.
daughter.
No.
Use your real name?
No.
My name is Sparky Fire. Why did you use your real name?
My name is Troy Menberg.
Oh, man.
No, dude, you got to go with something clever like condom, no thanks. Yeah, man. Something
Hey.
that tells people who you are and what you stand for.
I know you entered the conversation late. The reason I'm stroking my hog
No, I was
now,
going to ask about that.
yeah, it's not to you guys. You ever see those NFL games?
You're talking to us and stroking your cock.
Yeah, dude, it's what you do. Did you
ever-
not get the email?
You know when you drive your car
Go on,
and you
yeah.
see a guy jogging down Ventura Boulevard?
Yeah.
Yeah, of
And he
course.
misses the signal, and now he's got the red light, and he's
He's
just kind of jogging in place.
yeah.
He's not really running, but
And
he's
he-
just kind of jogging in
And he's
place.
whacking his dick?
No, this is a
No,
metaphor.
different, man.
That's what I'm doing now.
Hey, does anyone want to step up to the plate here?
Oh,
you guys just
hey.
gonna jaw all day.
Sorry.
Can you get? We're having a conversation.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt. I'm kind of trying to go
Jesus.
for a record right
Yeah,
now.
all right.
Why don't you take a ladle of well water and tap it on your vagina? We'll have a plume of steam come out of it.
It is burning. It's burning
Take that
quite
wooden
badly.
ladle and
Yeah.
take that bucket of well water and
Jeez.
just
Great
dump it
idea.
on there.
Okay,
You know what I
thanks.
mean?
I'm gonna go
Lady?
do that.
Yeah.
This centaur mask is getting hot.
Remember in Jaws when he got hooked up to the shark and they had to put water on the reel?
I do remember that.
We need to do that
He
to your
was smoking.
vagine
That would
right
be-
now.
That would be great. I am in a lot of pain.
Anyway,
By the way, can we get some Northex up in here?
Get me in the
Take
mood.
this party up a notch.
yeah. You know what? I'm going to have a granola bar because I feel my blood sugar dipping right now, and I want to give you my best. Hey, listen.
Hey, what's your Fortnite handle?
Well, hold on a second.
All right, I thought we were just buzzing.
Oh,
now.
no, I'm sorry. Yeah, Sparky Fire.
There it is.
So, hey,
Mine's
Yeah.
Troy.
I don't know
Mine's Troy.
I don't know your real name.
I'm Debbie. I mean, Vicky.
I'm not trying to besmirch your gangbang record.
I am really going for something right
But
now.
I've seen a lot of the same guys coming back for sloppy
Yeah,
seconds.
that guy just
What?
wore a fake mustache.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
This is
half
an outrage. That means it's not going to count. There's been 1,000 dicks in me.
Well,
that
but a
seems
lot
like
of them
no
have been
rhyme.
the same.
on. That seems like a lot.
Hold
We're
on,
probably
get
gonna
that
isolate
drop.
that audio too.
Get that drop.
Hey, not for nothing, but you joined the conversation a little late. The reason I'm stroking my hog right now.
Oh, you're getting ready for me.
That's right.
Yeah.
Imagine you're a jogger.
Hey, you watch your pregame show in the NFL?
I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, you see the guys running up and down in their sweat?
The wind sprints.
The game hasn't started yet, but
Right.
they're still moving.
Okay.
I'm
well,
making a football move here without actually being in the game.
I'm quite flattered.
Yeah. Anyway, hey, you sound familiar. What's the name of your stepdad?
Is it Troy?
John McPherson.
I think we may have shared a bedroom
Yeah.
in 1997.
Red Roof Inn,
Yeah.
God.
Pachanga.
Well, the name of this gangbang is Come One, Come All, so I guess I can't turn you away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of cum, could you free up that locket that's welded to your neck? Let me check the picture of that and see
Oh,
if
you mean the
that's
one
Ron.
of me and my dad?
Yeah, let me see if that's Ron. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's Ron.
Oh God.
I'll tell him
my,
you say hi.
That's my stepdad. Oh, wow. This is uncomfortable, but
Yeah.
also arousing.
Yeah.
I don't know when you joined the conversation, but the reason I'm stroking my dick right now, it's not to Ron.
Oh.
It's not to these guys.
Good.
Oh, wait a minute. I think Ron may be here because I had him drive me here.
Oh,
this
no.
morning.
Please don't tell me he's in a centaur mask.
I don't have my
No,
own.
that's me, Troy.
Good.
By the way, they're going to post this full video on Pornhub or just like
This
a
part?
clip? Yeah, like the conversation
I was
too.
told we're streaming.
Are we streaming live?
Oh, shit.
Hi, everyone.
Wait, hey. Hi, Mrs. Batelli, my second grade teacher who said I was never going to amount to anything. You were fucking wrong.
And
I'm Troy Batelli.
Oh, my God.
you're
Wait a-
married to her?
That's my mom.
Oh,
Oh,
dude.
no.
She always tried to get me to count beans.
Hold on. Open your locket. Let me see what's in
All right,
there.
well, here we go.
Yeah, and that's not a euphemism.
All right, and scene. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's a powerful scene.
Let's move forward.
What is the gangbang record, Max Zapata?
While you look that up, the irony of this whole story is that Joker is the least sexy movie I've seen in a long time.
Truly.
It is not. Have you seen it?
Oh, yeah.
It is. I just saw it today. It is not a sexy movie.
No, how do some of these characters get like plucked for the porn world? Is it because of all the
I think it's like generic
make-
clown
like?
porn
Does
or
Joaquin
something.
have other characters that have been selected for the Pornhub community? Like, is this a Joaquin
Walk
thing
the
or is
line,
it,
maybe?
Yeah,
Johnny
maybe a little
Cash?
Johnny Cash porn,
Oh,
Interesting.
gladiator porn,
Right.
Commodus,
or is it
Right.
because he's a villain, right? And sometimes,
Outcast,
boy.
yeah, right, the bad boy.
outlier? Yeah.
But he was not good with he didn't have a lot of confidence in the women department. So
Wait, let me ask you this. All I do is judge. And when I see a guy with a thumb ring, I judge him. And when I see a guy with weird turquoise cowboy boots, I judge. And I see a guy with a mullet or weird aggressive piercings or something. Take a look at somebody's browser history. Could we do some judging there?
Sure.
Oh my God, that's the ultimate. That's the key to your soul.
By
Yeah.
the way, if Judge Judy started doing that, I would watch every episode.
Oh, right.
Just pulled up strangers' browser history and just truly like,
Oh yeah.
she's like, you knew me
Do a
as
deep dive.
Judge Judy, but now I'm judging your browser. We'll come up with the title.
I don't
But
need
yeah,
I
that's
don't need character witnesses anymore. I want to see your browser history.
yeah. You can learn a lot by someone by looking at the browser.
Maybe you'd be interested in hosting my show that I've always wanted to do now.
What's that?
It's Thumbs Down. Whenever you look at the porn, there's always like 7,281 thumbs up, and then there's 61 thumbs down.
Oh, my God.
You know what I mean? And
Yes.
it's like, that's a hot 19-year-old chick who's being plowed by two dudes in the back of an Uber. Like, what? Why we?
Yeah, but it was Uber Pool.
Yeah, that's what
Boo.
I'm saying.
Even better.
My TV show is I want to find the guys who gave the thumbs down, and I want to confront them.
Oh.
And I want to bring the actress and her parents. And I want to go like, hey, first off, this is how she makes her living.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
dude.
Like, your super bad rating is
Yeah.
affecting her bottom line. And then secondly, it's free and it's on your computer. Like, how big a beef can you have with free porn? And then all I want to know is, did you come? Because if you came,
That's
you better
thumbs up.
fucking
You
go
better
change
take that thumbs up back.
Yeah.
You better
Take
take
it
that
back.
thumbs up, turn it around, shove it up your ass, and walk out the door.
That's right.
And that's how we send them off.
If you like, there are Max Batter. Go find, I don't know, find some hot porn something. They're always.
Just Google boobs.
It's always like, oh, there's 700,000 thumbs up, and there's like 86.
Hiding behind
see
your computer.
better.
Yeah, I would love to see these guys, have to get confronted with their critique and be like, why did you do that? Like, tell her to her face.
Right.
What was wrong? Maybe bring the two dudes that were there, and they're like, "Yeah, dude. I mean, wasn't not thrusting hard enough for you?"
Catch a masturbator.
You know they beat off. Like,
Oh
There we
my
go.
Oh
God!
my.
Let's
right.
see what we
That
got.
is filthy.
What does it say?
Sorry.
Meet Gabby, but it's
that's-
spelled MEAT. Oh, see,
So that's
and who
like-
says there's no comedy in porn?
308,000 thumbs up, 11,000 thumbs down.
Oh, that's 112,000, dude.
Oh my God!
Oh, is it? Oh, 11. Yeah, you're right. And she was working
Right.
pretty hard.
She was working real hard.
Over 102 million views.
Also, you get two porn puns before you even click anything, and maybe the guy was thumbs down, and he's like, "Come in, you spelled it wrong." Down.
Gabby.
Yeah.
Poor grammar, thumbs
Poor
down.
grammar, thumbs down.
Can you imagine when you were 15 and a half, you'd have this magical tablet you could put on your lap in the bathroom and look at free high-def
God.
porn all
Stuff of
day? And be like,
dreams.
no. The Emperor says no.
Now, why
Off
do
with
they-
their heads.
Why is that even an added feature? Like, we shouldn't even be giving people the option
Yeah.
to critique it.
We
Again, like you
shouldn't know.
said, it's free. You got it. Like, it's in.
I
Unless
just
you
want to
watch
know
it too
the
much.
mindset of the guy. Now, look, if we hook you up to a lie detector and you're like, look, I tried stroking my meat and I just couldn't get any blood flowing down there. I had to move on, turn the page. Like, literally, I had to find someone else to look at.
Yeah.
If you beat off and gave it a thumbs down, we got
No way.
a major issue. We got
You
a
don't get to
major
watch
issue.
online porn anymore.
Yes, you're banned.
Yeah.
You know what your name is? Mud. It's Mud.
Now, do you think those guys talk up like they own that they do this? Like, are you ever at a spritzer, a barbecue where it's like, it gets brought up like, dude, I saw this crazy porn the
Are
other
you
day.
saying
It's
you
like, I
Bangus
saw
Uranus 15?
Bangus Uranus? Wait, what's it called?
You Bangus Uranus 15? Yeah, I give it a thumbs down.
Yeah. Like, would you tell people you
There
did
was
that?
only 14 free anal scenes in the movie.
Lame.
Yeah.
Lame.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know.
Can you get out of the hot tub, Jerry?
By the way, if you
What,
ever
man?
look,
I am who I am.
I think everyone has went and browsed a little porn online, seen one and went, it's not my cup of tea, but I like this one better. But I'm not going to take this.
nonetheless.
I'm not going to stop and critique.
No, vaya con Dios.
That's right. That's right. All right, Lisa Sparks with 3 X's. Oh, Sparks. Wasn't my name Sparky Fire?
It was.
I got a
Still
pitch
is.
for you after this.
919 men in 24 hours.
Poor thing.
Oh my
And is that fresh blood?
She couldn't get to
R.I.P.
1,000?
She's going to prolapse.
Yep. 919 different penises in 24 hours, beating the previous record of 757. This was at the
She
2004
shattered that record.
World Gangbang Championship in Poland.
Champion.
In Poland?
And even the
God
name Poland.
damn. How close to the camps is that? Now, that is... Because that is just something I don't... How do you pick... Can't you just, as the chairman of the Gangbang Championships, go, hey, so where is it this year? Can we just make sure to have it as far away from the concentration camps as possible?
Yeah,
Oh, we can't?
We're doing it in Krakow.
In Krakow. Jesus Christ. Now...
East Berlin was the first choice.
Troy? How do you know that?
No.
Now 700...
All right, we'll move it to Nagasaki.
Pearl Harbor.
Understood.
Jesus, dude. There's some now 700 and how many?
19. No, 919.
It was the previous record was 757.
Do we know what it was before that? Like, I wonder if it was just like
Keep going,
16 or.
And
You're gonna give me
also,
a virus,
those
dude.
chicks got to be competitive in their own weird way.
Sure.
They got to go like,
Gotta be
they're
the
the one
best.
who's at 715 who got beat. It's like, yeah, but how much black wang was in that line? I didn't see a lot.
Oh,
Some of them
it's
counted
like-
for 2.
It's like Babe Ruth's home run record. It's like he never faced a black pitcher. He,
An
I
asterisk.
shot my
Right,
shit in
right.
Atlanta.
he
I
never
don't know about
played
her.
at night.
Also, how many pumps each
Great
person
question. Yeah.
I don't.
As long as it takes, I
That should be
guess.
well. No,
No.
That's not
She's
how it works. She would die.
919 to completion? No way.
I don't think
dude.
so. I don't think so. I think it's a
Again, why we need a sanctioning body.
I think they have to finish.
no, Brian. She would literally prolapse. It would all fall out.
Hey, it's a price of victory.
It
It's
would
the
all.
price of
Oh
victory.
my God.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Now, what is this person? Do we know what she looks like? Is she alive?
Yeah, she's alive. I'll put up a picture.
What
There
is
has-
she doing?
She's doing a podcast.
Please tell me she has a podcast.
She's in a wheelchair.
There's got to be.
By now.
No.
There's got to be rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm with Brian. There's got to be some form of
Yeah.
completion.
You can't just
Come
get out
on.
gone.
Well, the dude could take 15 minutes. This is going to take 3
I know,
weeks.
but much like Adam's example of that you're fluffing yourself
Oh
up from
my
the side.
God! Not what I thought she was going
looks
to
like
look like.
Fergie, the Duchess, the actual Fergie.
She does. What if it was
ample bosom?
Sarah Ferguson.
Also, if it is to completion, it could be like one of those things where, like, when I go to Starbucks, I just get medium black coffee in and out. But every once in a while, I get that bitch who's ordering for the whole office, and she's got to get the mocha frappa, whatever.
Yeah.
Like we did
That's
in
the
West Palm
guy who
Beach.
can't bust a nut who's right in front of you. You know what I mean? Like, come on, dude.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then he's like, hey, dude, the more you talk, the longer this is going to take. You're like, mach schnell. He's like, hey, we're right
right here,
near one of the
Poland.
camps. We don't need any of that German talk.
I'm reading. So the record is 919 men in 24 hours, but it took her 12 hours. So they did the math. She averaged about 45 seconds with each man, which is about 13.5 seconds longer than is often necessary.
And is
Wow.
And
Are
she
they
still
all-
failed. She still failed to set the orgasm record while doing it.
I also want to know the mean age of the men because I was a man at 13 when I read from the Torah. So, like, how many of those guys were in the mix? You know,
Yeah,
or was it all like 18 and up?
Probably
Yeah.
not
also,
a ton of Jews.
are
Yeah.
they all, Chris, this is all research for you. It's a question for you. Are they all in the same entryway? Are she?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Are there, how many?
What other orify?
Yeah, exactly. Are they all going
I don't think you can catch a nostril or an ear and count it. You know,
Not with that attitude.
There's the guy with the umpire clicker. You know, the bouncer
Yeah.
door guy. Someone
on the
has to
list.
sanction
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
shit.
You're right.
yeah.
Check it again. The name's Troy.
Yeah, you grab a nostril and he ain't clicking that
Yeah,
counter.
you don't count.
There's
No.
video online of it. You
We'll
can-
work
well,
it out.
Let's check it out.
By the way,
I
real
already
quick,
gave it a thumbs down because she didn't get to 1,000. Come on, dude. You don't call the gangbang record.
I'm
and stop
sorry.
at 919.
She's already doing the Lord's work. She's already doing enough for everybody. The orgasm record, come on. This is not how she's getting
You know
off.
what's going
This
to
is
be?
for you idiots.
I'll tell you
likes
what's
it.
going to be great. I'll tell you what's going to be great. At some point, she's going to find Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That
Right?
does happen, yeah.
And
She
then
found him. He was 333 in line.
she's dragging across. She's going to find Jesus Christ
Yeah.
because it's always happened.
Yeah,
You know, they were
they become preachers,
abused,
yeah.
and then they acted out, and that was her. And she's going to be like 39. She's going to be living in Dade County. She's going to meet some dude online. They're going to go out to a Fuddruckers and have a date.
Yeah.
And they're going to start talking and have a couple wine coolers back in his apartment. And at some point, they're going to have that thing that many people do at the early stages of the. How many people have you been with?
what's your
And then
number?
the guy's going to go, well, technically 9, but one of them was an ex-girlfriend who I got back together with a
Yeah.
year later. So I guess 8. I guess 8 would
But
be the
who's
number.
counting?
And then she's going to go, and what about you? And she's going to go 919. And she's going to go, what?
I didn't ask what time it was.
That's called Tuesday. That's Tuesday. That's one day. That's one day.
Does a 12-hour period.
one day.
That's one
Yeah, because even for
day.
a second, a guy will like try to rationalize it. Go, yeah, over like 20 years.
Yeah, like everyone had
20,000
yeah, it
years.
must have been 20,000 years.
everyone had a lot of fun in college, right?
We all experimented, you know.
It was like junior
Cut
year. Or you study abroad, so it's like the foreign dick counts as more. Or, oh God! Hey, by the way,
Lira.
do you think it's like a comedy lineup to where you're behind the next guy that's in front of you? Like if you have to follow Bill Burr, you're like, God damn it, Burr just crushed.
Right.
Like if you're next in line and some guy's just really making her
Yes.
squeal,
Right.
Are you standing there going, God, I only
Yes.
got this to
Yeah. I
work
bet.
with? Like, do I have to do some other moves to like?
My move is if I see that happening in front of me, I'll go, oh, I got to use the head real quick. Just go ahead and slide. I got to shake the dew
Yeah.
off the lily.
Yeah.
I don't want to spray something other than jizz. You know what I mean? So just go ahead and slide in front of me. I'll be back in a second.
Yeah.
And I hope that guy doesn't do well. You know what I mean? That's my move.
I love that.
Yeah. Through my horse head, of course. All right, where was I? Tommy John,
That's
yes.
my
Underwear, that's right. Underwear brands, they claim big comfort, but 75% of men and women are dissatisfied with their underwear. Well, they haven't tried Tommy John yet. Over 7 million pairs sold. 96% of their customer ratings are 4 stars plus. Legs that never ride up. Waistbands that never roll down. Horizontal quick draw fly saves men tons of fumbling down there. After 2 years of obsessing over every detail, Tommy John is introducing the most comfortable bras on the planet, Gina Grad.
I have one. They're awesome.
Oh, everything
They
they
sent me
make.
one. It was
Everything
great.
they make is awesome.
Yeah.
Available in over 1,200 retail locations, including Nordstrom stores nationwide. Tommy John. No adjustment needed. It's the best. It's Tommy John, right, Dawson?
Hurry to TommyJohn.com/Adam now to get 20% off your first order. That's TommyJohn.com/Adam for 20% off. TommyJohn.com/Adam.
All right, what else we got, Gina?
Well, I have a couple of offerings for the gangbang, possibly in the worst or best segue ever. The Pope could effectively end celibacy among priests by allowing married men to be ordained, according to the Daily Star. Pope Francis is expected to raise the suggestion in a bid to ease shortages of priests in parts of South America. And if the move is completed, it could spell the end of celibacy for Catholic priests.
Oh boy.
We got a priest shortage in South America.
South America, yeah. So they're trying to ease restrictions to get more guys down there. The Pope didn't directly address the controversial topic at his Sunday Mass, but he did drop a heavy hint saying that church leaders not be bogged down by the status quo. Allowing the ordination of married, proven men who are respected in the community is regarded as a potential solution to the church's numbers crisis.
That just all just feels like somebody else's, like your parents' problem or something. Like there's a pope and he's got proclamations and we need this, we need that. Haven't we all just jumped the shark on that? Like, is there really?
It's quaint.
It's quaint now. I don't know if we're going to make a dent in anything anymore. I feel like religion used to, it was kind of invented to keep everyone in line, and now everyone just went, fuck it.
Yeah.
Like, it's game on.
And also, the first thing that came to my mind is if you stop making priests be celibate and nuns still have to take a vow of chastity, people will be outraged.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's been 1,000 dicks in me. Oh, God damn it.
A lot of call. A lot of
Was that from Sister Act?
Sister Act.
That's what it's going to sound like. When the priest can have sex and the nuns can't.
Yeah, you can't do that. You got to keep it consistent.
Thank you. Agreed. Well, Gwen Stefani is leaving The Voice, and she's going to be replaced by Nick Jonas. A source from The Voice said Gwen's departure was necessary due to her Las Vegas contract she has over at Planet Hollywood's Zappos Theater. Shows return in February for her Just a Girl residency. Then she plays Vegas in May, which gets a little tangled up in the finale for The Voice. Meanwhile, I hadn't heard this until today. Adam Levine told Ellen DeGeneres on Monday that the reason he left The Voice was to become a full-time stay-at-home dad.
Well,
That's the reason he's given Ellen.
isn't that? I mean, you just say that to Ellen. Ellen makes everyone want to make all those lovey proclamations.
Yeah,
She's got
that's an
her-
soundbite.
It's better than contract dispute.
Right. I wasn't getting enough of the back end. I mean, I was getting points, but I was getting fucked out of my points because nothing ever comes out of the other end.
Oh, and hang out with my kid too.
Yeah,
I said that, right?
You do it on the net, not on the gross. Because by the way, you do it on the gross. Sorry, not the net, because it never nets out. Like they never turn a profit on points.
The audience.
Yeah, I think you start to kind of realize that her and her audience want to hear like if you went on Bill Maher with that shit, you just get laughed out of the room. Like Bill Maher would just laugh at you. So I don't trust those answers.
Although I did like she had to, I guess, speak out against her fuming fans when she went to
Cowboys
was
game.
it Cowboys? Yeah, and she was sitting next to George W. Bush and said, you know what? We're friendly. And even though, we don't necessarily agree on things, I have friends with a lot of people I don't agree with. And when I say be kind to each other, I'm not just talking about the be kind to the people you like and agree with.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I share that sentiment.
Yeah.
We're all just in one big gangbang line.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Wow,
That's
what
really
a
she
very
said.
simple but profound way to look at it.
Yeah.
There's
We're
been
all
1,000 dicks in me.
That's right. That's my metaphor
I
for
hope we can
life.
retire
You know
that
what I
out
mean?
today.
And there's a
good.
couple of us that are in the
P1.
front, and a couple of us are in the back, but most of us are just in the middle of that gangbang line.
Right.
By the way,
Just trying to make it.
if this gal, what's her name again?
Lisa Sparks.
Lisa Sparks.
There's been 1,000 dicks in me.
Thanks, Lisa. If she could write a coffee table book and at 919 pages, and every page was like a headshot of the guy and some sort of like, a paragraph, a sentence, maybe a word to just describe like, do you think she could remember, like if, or maybe go on a game show where it's like all the guys come on and they try to date her, but they have to try to jar her memory like this guy was number 773 on the gangbang. Like,
I wore a huge high, and it was scraping along your nose the whole time.
Yeah.
It was a drilled out one.
Jared Weinstein?
Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
Oh my God, what are you doing
I knew
now?
you'd remember the high because I had one on extended chain, and I remember as I mounted it hit your
I
cheek and
remember
it made
that.
a noise.
Yeah.
Right.
Who's number 118?
Oh, that's the guy who smelled a patchouli.
Yeah.
He went hard.
That's
he went
right.
hard in the patchouli.
He
Is it
did.
kind of bringing back memories
It
now?
is a little bit, yeah.
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 We'll be back with more
There's been 1,000 dicks in me.
after this.
I mean, she's got to parlay that into something. It's almost like.
Oh yeah, remember the
same way-
guy? Remember 721 who was humming the theme to Family Affair? Yeah, that's bringing back
forget
memories.
him.
Yeah, you can't forget him.
I remember getting like turned off because I wasn't a big fan of that show. But
You
the guy-
prefer the courtship of Eddie's father.
Oh, totally, yeah. Also, the guy that hummed the Perfect Strangers theme song, that was like, I was like, you can stay back there as long as you want. Like, I have a Balky tattoo on my shin.
Balky Bartakamus.
Oh, you know his last name?
Yeah.
Oh, my cousin.
Is that the one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Find the
Great show.
beginning of Perfect Strangers. All I
on the
know.
boat.
It's also like you don't do something like that, and sorry to harp on it, but it's like with comedy, like it's a benefit to get conditioned to like have something tragic or negative happen and spin it into something positive. So it's like, did you do that just for the record? You wouldn't want to try to then like
Parlay it.
yeah, like into some sort of a book or a movie or.
Well, she has.
I think she has the movie.
She has her first-hand account
QuickTime file.
of the gangbang.
Yeah, I'm on her website right now. She says
Has she been on Oprah?
no, not yet.
Missed opportunity.
She says, to be completely transparent, this is the one thing I regret doing in porn to this day. The only job I agreed to strictly for the money. It was too good to pass up. So what happened was they're putting on the event, and the government found out, so they had to do it in an undisclosed location. And it was her versus a girl named Patricia. Over 150 guys
head-to-head?
showed up. Yeah, so it was the same time. So they would just go at the same time. So one guy would go from one girl to the other, and they were lined up. And so it said they would fuck us for 30 seconds, then boom, the next guy would fuck. The entire event was 7.5 hours, and I even ordered McDonald's in the middle because I was starving.
I mean, even get with Weird Al and do a Jay-Z parody of like, I've got 919 problems, but a dick ain't one.
Oh,
you know?
yeah. There's been 1,000 dicks in me. What is the number?
Working
Chris, does
title.
it say the number? What is the amount of money that's too much to walk away from for this gig?
Yeah, she
Asking
didn't,
for a
she didn't
friend.
say.
I gotta tell you,
Asking for a friend.
you gotta understand, like coming from us, it's really insane because when you hear about like the guy who agreed to snuff out Ray Caruth's baby mama, who was like the 22-year-old chick
Yeah.
who was 9 months pregnant, it's like $6,500. It's like
Firm.
$6,000, and I'll meet her in the country road, and you box her in your SUV, and I'll just unload this clip into this pregnant woman. Like the thing that's insane. I was talking to Christy Canyon about this. Like, oh yeah, she did her first movie. I said, you did it for $80 or something. She's like, no, $300. But it's on the internet now. Like,
Right.
what I'm saying is it sounds insane to normal people that
Yeah.
you would kill somebody for $6,000 or for $12,000. You do a gangbang or whatever. But it sounds insane to the Adam Rays and the Adam Carollas of the world because you go out and do a 45-minute comedy set, you get 14 grand or 10 grand or 8 grand, whatever they got paid for your one night's work where
Yeah.
you're holding a beer and asking people where they're from.
But they got to lay down.
That was what they got paid.
Yeah.
That job. Wow. Yeah, I wonder what you have the Perfect Strangers intro song?
Yes, this is a good song.
This I got to tell you, the only. Go ahead and play it. Sorry.
This is a really good
the
song.
only. It's aged like fine wine.
Oh my
That
God.
sounds really good. Bronson Pinchot.
This was also the time when the harmonica was like.
In.
There was probably a guy in line at the gangbang with a harmonica.
Sometimes you just get a feeling like you need some kind of change.
Yeah. I mean,
It's about to kick in.
so many high fives.
Nothing
in the
better
late
than
80s.
80s acting.
Whole family sees you
Driving
out. That never
across
happens
country in
anymore.
his Mustang notchback. Balky's herding sheep, hugging his peasants and the schmartas.
Oh, they didn't script that. That was an
He's getting
improvised
on a
hug.
boat. He's going to go visit his cousin in America.
Corson. He's Corson.
He's going to get in a wagon.
America burst.
This is
Stop me now.
now they have stock footage
It's on
of a
the
tanker
Titanic.
ship, which is like
And Lady
what?
Liberty.
I got to tell you the.
Oh my God,
All
it's still
it just-
going.
This keeps going. Now he's on a bus. Also, we didn't have edit bays back then. We just filmed
No.
everything in long form.
Yeah, just stop.
I got to tell you, there was one good
bring it
thing
back.
about me doing Dawson's Creek, and one good thing only. We were in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
We were doing Love Line, and we were going from 1 to 3 because of the time difference every night. And every night, someone from the crew the next morning would pick me up at 6 a.m. to take me to set. Wow. So I was coming back to my rented room at 3:30, and then they'd honk the horn at 6, and they go, "I got you coffee." And it's like, it's going to take a little more than that. But either way, it was 1 week of that. When I would come home from Loveline back to North Carolina, whatever I was staying, and turn on the TV at 3:30. Perfect Strangers came up.
You're welcome.
And I would just watch every episode and go, it's worth it. It's worth it. I haven't seen the show since I was in high school. And now we're back. All right, let's see. Let me hit casserole for a second here. Want a chance to win? Trip to Vegas and meet me. Head to your local AutoZone. Be entered automatically with your purchase of casserole. Pick up 5 quarts of Castrol Edge motor oil and an SDP extended life oil filter for just $33.99. Use your AutoZone rewards and automatically be entered to win. It is a 3-day, 2-night trip to Las Vegas to meet me in November. Right, Dawson?
No purchase necessary to enter to win. Open to the residents of the 50 United States, District of Columbia, and Puerto Rico. Must be 18 years or older. Sweepstakes valid September 24th through October 21st. Void where prohibited. See your local AutoZone store for more details.
All right, one more, Gina Grad.
You got it. Well, whiskey maker Glenlivet released edible cocktail capsules made from seaweed this week, which is sort of a Jell-O shot meets a Tide Pod. Whiskey lovers can simply pop one of these pods in their mouth, bite down, release the liquid. They come in 3 flavors: citrus, wood, and spice. The elixirs were crafted by cocktail connoisseur over at the London bar Thayer. Each capsule contains 23 milliliters of liquid. It's about an inch. Here's the promotional video of this little novelty drink.
The Glenlivet has released an original whiskey drinking experience. A collection of edible cocktail capsules made from seaweed, meaning no need for a glass, ice, or a cocktail stirrer.
Yeah, all the stuff you love.
Thayer, one of the world's best bars, created 3 new Founders Reserve-based recipes for whiskey lovers to try together.
You get a flight.
To enjoy them, pop the capsule in your mouth and take a bite to release the delicious cocktail ingredients. The Glenlivet is the first spirits brand in the world to team up with sustainable packaging startup Notpla.
And definitely the last.
This is just basically.
Got some Narthex underneath.
I mean,
Yeah, I, as a Glenlivet lover,
Yeah.
I hate this because I want to sip it and enjoy it. I don't want to burst in my mouth like the gangbang.
did they really think that we loved Tide Pods so much that we were like, we could get some booze in these too?
Yeah, were we jealous of children eating Tide Pods?
Also, this is going to lead to like a modern day, like biblical type death, where it's like, where you go like, what happened to Fred? Well, he'd had the booze pods. He was bringing them on the plane, and he was trying to get through security with his booze pods, and he made it through, but he forgot it was in his back pocket, and then he sat on it, and it burst, and some guy was sparking up an e-cigarette, and it arced, and that's all they know. I mean, it was a human torch. I mean, they they couldn't even identify him with dental records. That's all they had, but it was something to do with the e-cigarette arcing, I guess. I'm not an expert, but he sat down and covered himself with grain alcohol, and this guy, just bad timing, and the thing
Freak
just
accident.
Yeah, the thing just had like a loose wire or something, and it just arced, and Fred just went up like a Roman candle, and that's it. I mean, that's all we know.
That's Fred. That's his story.
Yeah, so it's kind of timing is everything.
Good and bad.
Yeah, there's a bad version of that. This is the bad version.
Yeah, this is.
Wait, you still wearing a horse head?
Troy. By the way,
No.
are the makers of cups just freaking out?
Yeah, they're on the road.
They're sweating.
Yeah,
They're sweating it, right?
Yeah,
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, the guys at the big tumblers fucking sweating bullets about now. What else? So, all right, this is another novelty way to get drunk, right?
Yeah, of course.
Also,
Okay.
Glenlivet, I would expect that move from like Zima.
Thank you.
Right.
Like Glenlivet, you're classier than this. Like
Yeah.
I would expect you would have a syringe
This is
to
a Jim Beam
inject
move.
it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you're absolutely right.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Scotch is for closers, is what I have to say to that.
Yeah, baby.
All right, let me hit Simply Safe. No one should feel unsafe at home. Protect your home at all times with Simply Safe. That's simplysafe.com/Adam. Gina, should we bring it home?
You got it. I'm Gina Grad, and that's the news. There's been 1,000 dicks in me.
Gina.
You know that's never going to end.
Oh my God! Now that I think about it, number 845 was he had like Zima pods. I remember that. Because there was a guy behind him asking him. It's funny when you're going through it, you can listen to the conversations of the guys because they're in line, they're waiting. It's like you know how you're at Baskin Robbins and you grab the number, but then one guy's in front of you asking for samples, and then there's a kid, and he wants 2 scoops. He originally
there's some guy who was bringing tequila in a Ziploc bag into stadiums. He's like, this is a clear ripoff of this is intellectual. I'm going to lawyer up.
Yeah.
This is my idea. I was putting tequila in Ziploc bags and smuggling them into ASU games 20 years ago.
Since the 70s, man.
Yeah, come on. I don't know if Zima was invented yet, or tequila. Sorry. All right, comedians.
Off ice.
The Adam Carolla, Troy. Wait a minute, wasn't my character's name Sparky Fire or something?
Yeah.
It is weird that her name is Sparks, right?
Yeah.
It's very weird.
Okay. Comedians, the Adam Carolla Show, Santa Monica, Dudes Brewing Co. this Saturday. I'll be up first. Larry Miller and Jeff Cesario and Greg Fitzdog and Brian and Dawson. Everyone's going to be there as well.
It's a hell of a lineup. It's
great. Go to AdamCarolla.com for all the live shows. Salt Lake City, Wise Guys, October 25th and 26th. I'll be doing Adam Carolla's Unprepared there. I'll be missing my right-hand man, Adam Ray, who I've had so much fun with.
I wanted to try to figure that out. Maybe I could get there for Saturday.
We'd love it.
I'll be there in Oxnard, though. I'll be the Oxnard ones.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Portland, the Arlene Schnitzer Concert Hall, very, very nice place, very big place, very beautiful place. Seattle, the Paramount Theater. L.A., Laugh Factory, all coming up this Friday, Saturday, and then Monday. More dates, go to AdamRayComedy.com. And About Last Night, the podcast, available on Apple Podcasts. Just go to AdamRayComedy.com for all the things you need. Crank Yankers is back up on Wednesday night.
So good.
Tonight? Oh, thanks. Yeah.
So good.
10:30 tonight. Not Taco Bell material. My stand-up special. And check that. Just go to AdamCarolla.com for all that. Until next time, Adam Carolla for Adam Ray. Gina Grad and Paul Bryan say mahala.
I don't think puta is a compliment.
Stick around. Today's episode of Good Sports with Dave Damashek and Adam Carolla is up next. Adam Carolla Show on Twitter at Adam Carolla Show. Follow Ace on Twitter at Adam Carolla. You can leave us a voicemail if you like it. 888-634-1744. Subscribe to Take a Knee for a weekly dose of inspiration and motivation. Just click on the link at AdamCarolla.com and subscribe to Carolla Classics. Same place with Chris Loxmana and Superfan Giovanni. Tickets and info on everything we're doing here. Go to AdamCarolla.com.